Hey guys, JH, welcome to the practice tee and back to the practice tee. Today I want to talk about something that, sorry I've gone out of camera, but ground is so wet, just got to clean these clubs. What I'm going to talk about today is something that, it was an interesting phenomenon. It used to occur when I had my teaching facility, and you would get good players come in, some of the good guys that played the Japan tour and the mini tour, even the Australian tour, good players, but they were experiencing a bout of hitting the ball all over the place. And something that I applied to all of them, if they come in and say, and one guy who's actually won in Japan and a good player who remained nameless, but he was just very long, but just hitting the ball, slingers and, sort of snap cuts, just awful stuff. And he was a good ball striker. And I just said one thing to him. And he was doing it with his irons, but with his woods it was terrible. I said, look, just do one thing for me. And he said, well, what do you see first up? I said, well, clearly your delivery path is very, very contrived. You've got a different delivery path and you're really trying to do something with that delivery path all the time, even if you think you're not. So I said, what I got them to do first up, believe it or not, was this. Just get the driver. Say, guys, I don't want you doing it, because they were hitting the driver sideways. Absolutely sideways. So guys, just tee the ball up like that, way up in the air. And they'd say, yeah, okay, JH, so what else? So, okay, now what I want you to do, guys, I want you to feel that you're going to hit this drive the highest you've ever hit a drive in your life. What have you got to do to hit this ball so high? And invariably, they'd stand there while you're talking to them and they'd be doing this. They'd say, I've got to do that. I said, yeah, okay, do that. Just do that. Try and hit up as much as you can. Just hit up. And I promise you, guys, and girls, if there's any girls watching, I promise you, every one, the first shot was just an absolute blitzed straight shot. And if they were hit 10 or 20 shots, they were exactly the same. And a lot of the guys, well, not a lot, but some of them used to get really indignant because they'd say, I can't be that easy, JH. That's just because we're here with you. And, it's not that easy. I said, think about it, guys. If you're thinking about hitting up there, look at the type of swing path we've got. Look, it's a Ferris wheel. You have to swing the golf club like that. It has to be Ferris wheel and online, otherwise you can't hit the ball high. You have to somehow work out how to do that. You've got to do that. And I had some like 6-inch tees. This one's about 4.5. I say, guys, just hit the ball straight up there. Not only did they hit it straight, they just carried it so far. The back fence of my facility was like 80 feet high. And they just whip it over the top of that fence. They could never do it normally, but they would just fly that fence. And it used to really turn the line. So guys, what I used to just get them to do is tee the ball up like this. And just try and hit the ball as high as you possibly can. What do you have to do that? You've got to do that. Now I'll tell you when that comes down. Now this is old JH. Now I tried to give that ball what I would term with Australian slang an Aussie uppercut. Just trying to do this. Wow! But it doesn't look like that, does it? And you know who did that, guys? You know who did that? Count Yoki. But he didn't do it off a high tee. But he had exactly, and that's why I believe that's exactly why he was so straight. Because he hit everything like that. Hit everything up what he called the arrow line of flight. Watch this again. Look how high that ball is. Watch this. Oh, come on, JH. Come on. Is that far from the other ball, guys? That far from the other ball. Now, I never thought at the time, when I was advocating this to people, that had anything to do. I didn't even know about Count Yogi then. I only became aware of Count Yogi in about 1994, 93, 94. But I opened my teaching facility in 1990, so it was way before then. I'd never heard of Count Yogi. But I always worked on this process because when I first started playing golf, I played at a golf course, and when I started playing golf, we had wooden golf clubs. And the golf course that I was a member of, and I knew nothing about golf, but there were a couple of corners, and I was very strong and athletic then, even though I never started playing golf till I was 34. But I was still very strong and athletic. And there were a couple of dog legs that if you took it over these trees, you cut like 60, 80 yards off the hole, sometimes 100. But you had to hit the ball like 80 feet high over these trees. And with those old wooden golf clubs, the only way you could do that was to tee the ball way up. Now everybody teed it way down in those days. So I used to tee it up and I used to fly these trees. And nobody at my club ever did it. No one. My nickname was Highball because I used to hit the ball so high with those old wooden clubs. And guys, this is it. You watch, you probably won't see it here clearly because it'll just go out of view. But watch this action, the Ferris wheel. I get a little gun shy here because there's the first tee over there, and if there's no one on it, but if I absolutely nail one, it just lands straight on the first tee. I'll just aim a little further right. But watch this, guys, I'm just hitting up. See, the ball will never ever go left. I'll hit them on that line because there's a few people on the first tee. I'll just hit them on that line out there. Now guys, that's just trying to do this. Gee, that's long on that line for me. The payoff for guys that don't have a lot of swing speed, like me, you get so much carry. I'm just trying to hit over the moon, guys. It's called the moon ball. Look at that. It's never going to come down, ever. Well, it only just did. So guys, just try it. If you're hitting it crooked with the driver, and look at this, you watch this. This is another extraordinary thing. And I say this to people, and actually I do it myself. So I actually practice what I preach. Whenever I get on a tight par 4, or when I'm going to hit a hybrid or a 3-wood off the tee, or even a long par 3 if it's a 200 type par 3, I tee the ball that high. Look at that. This is the new crossover. That's what I do, and I try and give the ball an uppercut because invariably you want to hit that shot accurately. I just hit it up. Watch it. This is the number 3 crossover, and we've knocked this down to. It's actually very strong. It's 16 degrees. You can bend these. They're great, guys. But watch this. I've just teed this way up, and I'm going to try and carry this 200 metres. And that's all I'm going to do. Oh, wow. See, there's a 200 metre carry. Well, I don't know how far it is out in that line. There's no markers out there, but that is equivalent of a 200 metre carry with this club. And it's just so straight. And I'm just trying to hit it up in the air. I'm trying to give it an uppercut. Guys, I don't know what this... Oh, that's way past where I was hitting conventional 3-woods yesterday on the fly. I don't know if you can pick this up on the mic, but that sound is extraordinary. Now, why wouldn't you, when you get a chance to tee the ball up, why don't you tee it up? Take all the element of hitting down and the ground coming into play by teeing it up. I'm just trying to hit up. Listen to the sound, guys. Watch the club. Watch me. Now that is very Count Yogi-ish as a feeling, because it is up so much. But they don't move, guys. Now the trade-off, or the payoff, is the ball will never go this way, because your path is really up and down the line. Right, single axis, and tee it up and hit up. Oh, wow. Wow. Now, I'm going to say something to you probably think is nuts. Okay, guys, 8-iron. You get a little par 3. We've got a par 3 at the course I play. It's third hole. Normally plays about 150 metres. And the tee is always, because it's in the shadows, it's a ratty type of tee. So invariably, just instinctively, I always tee the ball up way off the ground. And I like to fly it in and just sit it down, because it's a really hard green. So I always tee it up like that. Look how high that's teed for an 8-iron. But watch this, guys. Okay, convention. Convention says we've got to hit down with an iron. I'm not. Well, maybe my arc into the ball is down, but my intentional hit is up. And the club's nowhere near the ground. It's dead in the centre. That's carried probably, even with these range balls, that's into that slight wind, it's probably carried, 155, and it's just perfect. 155 metres, so that's 168 yards. Don't get any better than that, guys. And I tell you what, it just takes all the anxiety out of the shot. You don't think, I'm going to hit the ground, or I've got to do this, or all you're thinking about is hitting up, and the consequence is that you get acceleration. You watch this acceleration, you probably will never see the ball because it'll go so high. But watch the process. Doesn't get any better than that, guys. Now that's going out towards the old forward fair lane. Okay, it didn't get out there, but it got, and you never get out there with an 8-iron, it's a 5-iron. But look at the flight. It's extraordinary. Guys, you can't hit the ball straighter than that. It's not possible to hit it straighter than that. Now I know what you're going to say, okay. So what about when we get to hit it off the ground? Well, you don't have to do that off the ground if you don't want to. I'm talking about whenever you get a chance to tee the ball up. But I'll show you guys exactly the same action. See, you notice I never hardly take a divot with my irons because I always basically hit up. I've got a lot of yogi in me. I do hit up on the ball. And you'll never see me like this. I'm always here. Very Mike Austin-ish. Very Tom Watson-ish. There's none of that, super lag. I always hit up on the ball. And that's probably why I've hit it straight. But see, same thing, here we go. Here we are, I'm just going to hit up on it. Now that's just trying to give it an uppercut. It's gone so far. Crazy. So what's this? Again with the single axis here. Just hit up. Don't do this, don't go like that. Just let the arm swing up. Ground is all boggy and wet, guys. Little shot with a wedge. Again, normally one of the big problems with club player is always trying to dig the ball out of the ground with his wedges. Just going to hit one out there to that bare patch, about 40 metre carry. Watch this. That's very much a Yogi shot and very much a Mo Norman throw. There. Just throw it up. I'm still compressing the ball. Still plenty of compression. And the compression, guys, I was getting off the tee was just crazy stuff. Even the compression on the driver was mad. Okay, just another one. Just going to... So guys, convention, tradition, it's all great, but there are other ways. And I promise you, everybody that I got, even the very, very good players, I've never had a failure with this. I've never had a failure with anybody who was hitting it sideways that they haven't immediately hit the ball dead straight. And I mean immediately. Because you have to, guys. In order to give the ball an uppercut and hit it over those clouds, you've got to do that. You can't do that. You've got to do that. Watch this. Well, the combination of that and this golf club, guys, this SF Tech. Apparently it's supposed to be a draw bias club, but they're very smart, Ping. This is dead square, the golf club, but they've just put the weight in a place so it makes the toe a little active. Whereas my LS has got a very slow toe, and it just wants to just let the ball just leak that couple of yards, but this one just hits the 2-yard draw every time, and I mean every time. Every single solitary time. So guys, to learn it, get yourself with some of these double tees or a very high tee, put it in the ground like that. I actually use this high tee on a special hole on the course I play with. You've got to hit it across a corner, and if you do, you can knock it on the green on this short par 4. Most of the guys can't get it up in the air. I just tee it up, just rip it over. And it never goes left. It always goes at the green. Okay, watch this. This is the easiest way ever to play golf. This is ridiculously easy. My goodness, that's... And the contact. All we're trying to do is this, guys. Trying to punch a hole in the sky. Forget your target. When you get over the ball, your target's there. Just trying to hit it to a target in the sky. Mo Norman had that great line. He said, I hit it up there because there's no hazards in the sky. Just see that word accuracy in 50-foot high black letters emblazoned across the sky, and aim for the U in accuracy, because that's what Mo Norman told me he did. He said, I see accuracy in big black letters, and I aim for the U in accuracy, because there's no hazards in the sky. So guys, just do that. Give it a go. I think it's a marvellous way of taking a lot of anxiety out of tee shots. I mean, you saw me hitting those 8-irons. Who says you have to tee the ball down? Anyone said, you have to clamp it? You have to clamp it. Tom Watson didn't clamp it. Mo Norman in later life didn't clamp it. Count Yogi certainly didn't clamp it. but compressed it. You can still compress it. I mean, those shots off the tee were enormously compressed. I'll just hit another crossover. And I'll see if I can hit this past... Oh, watch this, guys. This will be interesting. Now, this is the new Ping 3-wood, the new G3 wood. Now, it's a very shallow face golf club. Now, I'm going to tee it way up, and it'll probably give you fits if you've got a shallow face 3-wood. But watch this. See how high that's teed for a 3-wood? This will go so far. Well, we're near the airport here. That's probably been picked up on radar. And look at the quality of the hit, guys. I'll get it more straight on. Doesn't get any better than that. All I'm trying to do is punch a hole in the sky with that golf ball. Don't worry about anything else. I'll hit one this way. This is a shallow face 3-wood, guys. I've got the ball teed way up. Look at that. Look at that, guys. And for you guys that don't carry the ball very far, this is an extra, 20 in the air. Doesn't get any better. Oh, that's so good. That's so easy, guys. Okay, and that's a super shallow face golf club. Doesn't get any more shallow face than that. Just hit up. Here. Okay, guys. For all you guys that are having a bit of trouble hitting it sideways, just try that. I promise you, from the first time you hit it, you'll hit it straight. Try and hit a hole. Try and knock a hole in the sky. Give the ball an uppercut. Think up. Don't think down. Think up. Okay, guys, there are a lot of ways to play this game, a lot of ways to swing a golf club. I just think that's fantastic. It's just such a nice way to hit the golf ball. And when you're hitting little pitch shots out to the flag, that gives you that little soft butterfly type effect. Okay, guys, we'll talk a little bit more about that. I'm very excited about it. I'm taking that onto the golf course in a couple of days, and a couple of holes that trees are crazy high. I'll just rip it over them with that. Absolutely rip it over. Okay, guys, hit up. If you've got problems with accuracy, hit up. Hit up on everything. Don't be afraid to tee that ball up, even with an 8-iron. Certainly with your hybrids, tee it way up, and your 3-woods tee it. And just hit up on the golf ball. You saw how good that crossover club went. Give it a go, guys. You've got nothing to lose. Just give it a go. But remember, hit up. And think about what it looks like to hit up. It's this type of golf swing, guys. It's not this type of golf swing. This type of golf swing. Okay, guys, give it a go.